What's happening, everybody? Trey here, and today, reactions to the classics. It is time for another Alex G full album reaction. Again, this time coming courtesy of a suggestion from our friend and patron of the channel, Shane. Thanks again to Shane for suggesting this one today, as we're going to be checking out Alex G's record, Race. We also have full album reviews or reactions up to DSU, to Trick, and to Rule. So if you want your Alex G fix, man, you've come to the right channel. And Race came back in 2010, so his earliest release here, his first release on the label Gold Sounds. Everything on here is double track. None of it is very clean or polished in the way that his records would become, but it is produced meticulously with different textures sprinkled throughout here. And I'm just gonna be upfront, man, since it is such an early record, there's not a lot out here on the research and whatnot of it. So as always, gonna have the lyrics pulled up and just kind of comb through those and use that to spark some discussion here. So looking forward to it. Thanks again to Shane, and due to copyright, music will most likely not be up here on the YouTube, but you can check out the Vimeo link down below, and that'll have the full album reaction with the music. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have the song Remember kicking us off. This thing's around 30 minutes long, 13 songs, so you know, Alex G kept it short and sweet to the point from an early age, I guess, man. So looking forward to this. All right, Remember kicking us off on a strong note here, man. Gonna get the heart treatment from me on here. The easygoing vibe and sounds from Alex G that has become his staple, I think, in a lot of regards, is featured here on this very first track of his first official big time release here. So I think that's interesting, knowing obviously some of his later work, to see the roots of where that sound came from. And then we get the simple guitar, which is what we expect with Alex G, that soft vocal delivery as well. And lyrically here, very strong lyrics at the start here with the couplet, "I've come here to kill my maker because I feel so much safer alone." You know, just that whole idea, killing your maker, killing the very thing that maybe put you on this earth or put you in this place, wherever that may be, because you just want to possibly run away from that. It's pretty simple when he says, "I feel much safer alone." Shout out to all the introverts who get their energies up by kind of shutting off from the world, so to speak. And then I don't know if he's maybe talking about a love interest here, because he says, "You're inside singing, you look so different. You're walking across the tile floor. You look like Jesus on the water." And then we get that refrain, "Please don't help me, oh, please don't help me." So I get the sense that this guy's in a depressed state, a cut-off state maybe, where he just wants to be by himself and shut himself off from the world, so to speak, and feel at ease in that, and maybe not burden others with his issues or problems. But hey, man, that's just my first listen interpretation right there, y'all. And now we're gonna go up to track number 2, The Same. Wow, The Same, bringing another really strong, powerful tune here, especially lyrically, man. And at the time we're recording this, 2021, Alex G, a little ahead of the time, if I'm interpreting maybe this song in the way I think it is, or I could be off base, but it seems we got a little gender identity turmoil in this person, with the first line, "I was a girl, I was the only kid in the world, I thought I knew what it meant to be you, but I'm wrong, I'm not okay." And she kind of goes through in this, and our character here goes through in notes just the kind of turmoil with parents going on here, and just not feeling comfortable in their own skin. And again, we started off very soft, incredibly quiet, and then at the end of the first verse, we kind of ramp up, get some feedback in the guitar, the drop goes down, we get a bit more rockier elements in this. Whenever it says, "You say rock on, I'm not the same," then we have the refrain, "Your smile, your teeth, your hair, they don't know you're not there, you're not there. You're never gonna make it, you're never gonna make it," and finishes with, "I'm not the same." So I think it's a powerful tune, kind of putting yourself in somebody else's position right here, who would be going through this, and it's tough enough growing up, let alone feeling like you're not comfortable with who you are, right? And your gender. And I think that Alex G putting that forth here was quite mature of him at his age at the time, man. And I think it's aged quite well. And probably something that people feeling like this can quite resonate with, especially for a topic that isn't sung about too. I can't think of too many songs that broach this topic, man. So shout out to Alex G for doing that, man. Another enjoyable jam right there. And yeah, again, kind of keeping up with some of the more melancholy vibes that you expect with Alex G. And now we're going to go to a short and sweet one, only a minute 15. We have TV. Let's get it. All right, TV, short, sweet, to the point, man. Another really strong melody, in my opinion, here, and in only a minute 15, packed quite a story in that still had some meaning in here, talking about the feelings and just the escapism that the TV represents. I think we've all been there before, had a tough day. Let me just turn on the TV and just relax and kind of shut off the world, so to speak. We get a different element in here, which I thought was a bit of a twist in what you might have been expecting here. I saw Daddy in a movie. He's on big screen. He don't know me. He gets lonely. He forgets me, and he bought us a TV. So I don't know if the dad is indeed like a movie star here, and he just kind of tries to buy love from his kid, man. And hey, you can watch me on here, son, type of deal. Because later on, he knows that hey, he's not really around here anymore. We don't see him, and so it's one of those things where it seems the TVs represent that form of escape, while also being a place of kind of hardship and turmoil. Since hey, it reminds him of his dad, who is not a part of his life, man. So for what it was, man, enjoyed that one. And now we're going to Nah right here, which has the most streams here on Spotify by a wide margin. Might have heard this on a live stream, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's get after it. All right, Nah, Alex G bringing it. Wasn't familiar with that one, but probably my favorite track up to this point, man. One of the only ones here that's above 3 minutes, and he made the most use of his time. Yet again, the guitar melody was just gorgeous. I love the tone that Alex G is always able to get. It's just very easy and a bit serene, and meshes very well with that soft vocal delivery that he does, and stands in contrast to what is usually on the darker side of lyrical content and whatnot. And that's what we have here. Just on first listen, I almost get a sense where we got somebody here who's like a bully. He says, yeah, you were scared, crying out loud in the schoolyard. So okay, that places us in obviously a school age kid. And yeah, I felt good. Everything I knew was looking just as it should. But then we get a note where he's carving 666 in the tree. He says at the end of verse 1, I am no fool. I know every time I look in his eyes, he sees me too. So maybe there we start to have that human connection, where he's seeing the struggles that this other person is going through, partially inflicted by our narrator here in the song. And then that second verse shifts a little, saying, dry your eyes, I won't tell your mother. She won't ever discover the things you kept under the cover. So those secrets there, and maybe a burgeoning love. Who knows? I could be reading too far into that. But at the end, he notes, please don't cry. I'm not your brother. I'm not your lover. So that, again, aids, are there possible feelings here between the two that are manifesting itself? And this guy being our narrator being a jerk to this other guy almost throws you back to the track Adam from Trick, where we had the bully there who secretly kind of had a crush on the kid he was bullying. I don't know. He says there is nothing wrong though at the end. So it's almost like a seesaw here in the song, where the guy goes from bullying this other person to recognizing his struggles to trying to be there to sympathize with them, to at the end saying that there's nothing wrong here. So a lot to kind of unpack in this jam, and probably will be amongst my favorites once we get to that point. But we still got a little while until we get there, ladies and gentlemen. As we go now to track number 5, we have Trash. I do enjoy all of these song titles. Just one word, short, sweet, to the point, easy to remember, and let's get it. All right, Trash bringing it here. Definitely the most varied musical track up to this point, with the organ-like sounding that was just droning throughout, and that kind of added to that childlike nature of the tune with the I believe it was a vibraphone or xylophone or something along those lines as well. So an interesting blend right there. And Alex G's just laying it straight, man. He's laying it straight about the awful nature of of growing up, man, of transitioning into adulthood right there. He says the kids on the carpet have to go their separate ways. The heartache that they're feeling has been filling up the place. If you never drink the poison, then you're never gonna cry. If you don't believe in magic, then you shouldn't even try. So just some of those negative connotations of growing up and transitioning from that easygoing, lighter nature that childhood has compared to the real world. He even notes the world is a really scary place. But I know from the look on your face, your life has been over way before it all began. So maybe here he sees a kid or somebody younger who's already kind of faced the tough reality that the world can bring to people. And he notes that, and he says in here, if you don't want to be lonely, then I can be your man. Maybe he's not that much older than this person either. Maybe he is recognizing that he's right on that cusp of kind of letting go of his old way and maybe now picking up responsibility in this place, and tells her he can be that for her, whatever the case may be, man. I thought it was really musically interesting, and it seems like one that might be a bit more polarizing just with its musical composition here and Alex G fandom, but I dug it, man. I dug it. And now we're going to go up to the next track. We have House, which again is around 3 minutes long, so one of the longer ones on here. Let's see what we got. All right, House, Alex G. Again, did some very unique things in here. I thought the drumming was quite strong, especially in the first half of the song. The guitar ramped up a little bit towards the end as well as the story was progressing in here. And again, not any light subject matter with Alex G the vast majority of the time. Here, I think we are in a situation where we have this girl who's not in the best relationship ever, needless to say here. He notes, when you're young, yeah, you're a loaded gun, so don't worry, honey, you'll go right back where you started from. Benny saved a spot for you because he knows you're coming back, honey. So that already makes me think, okay, there's some turmoil here between Benny and this girl that Alex G is talking about. And he then later says, and you can't talk to him like that because he's going to hurt you bad. Honey, I bet you my spot in hell. I don't know where it is you go. I find that interesting too, because then that first sparked the idea, okay, Benny, is he an abusive guy in here? I think that's an interpretation you could go with. And I found it interesting that Alex G hears our narrator says, honey, I bet you my spot in hell, because that means he doesn't think he's that great a person either, but even he can see how bad news Benny is here. It continues to go through. He says, look at you look so confused, and I remember when you complained about being alone, that whole adage of, oh man, the grass is going to be greener on the other side once I'm in a relationship, or maybe on the other end where, oh, whenever I'm alone. Both of those can be very bad news, just depending on kind of who you're with or who you're not with, and the support you might need. And then we have that refrain where it's almost like kind of chopped up in some kind of quirky vocal effect. I could do anything to you, for you, and to you. So he kind of plays with that. I could do anything to you, and I could do anything for you. Just almost that whole dichotomy of that good and bad. I don't know. That's kind of what I was getting from the track here. And yet again, shout out to Alex G for tackling such a big, mature subject matter, especially at the time when he was writing this. And now we're gonna go up to the next song here. We have Crab, which for some reason at the bottom was already kind of in the middle of the song in there. But hey, let's get after it, man. Looking forward to this. All right, Crab, just starting off musically yet again. This was one of the first songs that really had that prominent piano in there, which of course would be used and rules, I think, that album in particular in a grand way. So enjoyed that interweaving of the piano right there. And yet again, just the honesty that Alex G is showing right here, man. I appreciate it. It seems like this is definitely close to home for him, probably inspired by a true story. I wonder, any Alex G fans, let me know, especially at the end of the first verse where he says, "Do you miss me, Stephanie? Because I'm really missing you." Is this actually about a real life Stephanie in his life? Because I could see Alex G pulling that and actually doing the legit name drop of the person. But he starts the song, "Do you miss me, you sad lady? Because I'm really feeling down. And if you're feeling lonesome too, I'd like it if you came around." So again, the theme of loneliness that's pervading through a lot of this record, popping up again here. And then my favorite line in here, and one of my favorites of the album, "Do you miss what you thought you were back when you thought you knew what you are?" A little bit of a brain teaser right there, that stops and makes you think. So I thought that was pretty tight. And he then starts to do a countdown from his ages, noting he was underfed when he was 16. When I was 12, all I did was cry. I saw my favorite band burn alive. When I was 10, I hated you because you hurt me. So we're getting all these painful experiences from, all the way back to when he was a child at 10, all the way up to now. And at the end, he notes, "Where you are, I don't care. I just want to be part of something." So I think that alienation, that isolation that he's experiencing, that want for human connection is just full throttle on this song right here, man. So definitely got to give it the heart right there. That'll be amongst my favorites, man. Really enjoyed that one. And now we'll do a little 1-2 punch here, because we have Go Away, which is under a minute long. We got 57 seconds, and we'll just let that transition right into Let It Go. So two go songs here. Let's see what these got in store. All right, man, a little 1-2 punch here. The go songs, starting with Go Away. Definitely my least favorite up to this point. Kind of a miss for me, but I mean, it was under a minute long, and I do tip my cap to the creativity with the vocal effects in here, kind of the panning. It sounded very muffled at points before getting clear, panning from left to right. It just I don't know, man. It didn't necessarily come together in a great way to my ears, but hey, you might be different. But the track next, Let It Go, Alex G doing a monster Let It Go song before it was cool and Frozen took the title, right? He notes just all these things. It's a really big car, a really big part of a really big heart. Are you really there? Are you really there? That refrain, are you really there? That question, he's almost asking to us as the listener. Are you really there in life? I think, are you really there doing what you want to do? I think as the lyrics continue to play out, here yet again, the keys are quite prominent, a bit more lively, and I kind of like when Alex, she does that, and it makes the keyboards the prominent instrument. I think his voice just suits that style so well. And towards the end, he says, "I'm sure sorry about your son. I heard he was a lot of fun. I'm sorry about the way that he ran away." And he notes at the end, it's all just a race. That makes me think life, it's just a race. You can let it go. You can let it go. At the end of the day, man, we're all gonna dip out of this earth one way or another, and all these things that I think Alex G was bringing up and talking about. You realize, hey, man, that really didn't matter. It matters, are you doing what you love? Are you around people you love? And I think that's something to ponder and just kind of evaluate in your own life. So I enjoyed that one, and now we're going to go up to Things to Do. So only 4 songs left, man. This album is just humming along as most of Alex G's work does. So let's cue this one up. All right, Things to Do, another one I had to give the heart treatment on here, man. I thought lyrically it was fantastic, and yet again, kind of a picking off from the last song and the kind of the more existential, themes, these deep thoughts. Why am I here? This or that? What am I doing? And this person notes that he's a bit pessimistic. He says, "The only thing I learned from you is that there's nothing left to look forward to. I was asleep for days, and now you're the only thing keeping me awake." And so that just makes me think, bit of a lull in life, in that maybe depressive like state. But this person is that the narrator's talking about is keeping them going in a sense, in some ways, and yet oddly also alerted them to the fact that there's nothing to look forward to. So there's a weird paradox there. And then that second verse, we have an effect where it's almost like chill. It's like a childlike voice coming and singing at you, and we have that that childlike voice saying lines like, "You were born inside your head, and that is where you'll be when you are dead. You are just a boy. you are no man, nobody you know will understand. So, yet again, just bringing those dark lyrics to a T there, and I thought using that childlike voice, something you'd associate with more kind of sing-song, happy lyrics, man, that was just really well done. And so, all in all, man, a strong track right here. Definitely one to add to the Spotify Heart list, man. Shane knows that that's an elite company to be under. And now we're gonna go to the track Time/Space, that's just a minute 20, and then I'm gonna let that go right into the track Cross Country, which is only a minute long and is an instrumental. So we'll get a little 1-2 punch here before we finish off with the title track. All right, man. Time and Space, I thought was really strong because it took that second verse from Things to Do, and just took away the vocal effects to where it sounded like children singing it, and had more Alex G's natural voice right there, and some kind of electronic sound effects going throughout. Gave it a bit of a spacey type of vibe at certain instances, and I love the lyrics so much. They're quite poetic, man, and I thought it worked well. And then the instrumental here, Cross Country, again, short, sweet, to the point. It was solid, nothing that I would say was one of the better instrumental tracks or sections of the record. But hey, man, it brought the chill vibes, man, and you can't complain about that. And now we will finish this thing off with the title track, Race, which is the longest tune on here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3:43. And after that, y'all, I will let you know my favorite tracks, Shane's favorite tracks, and then my overall thoughts and score of the debut record of Alex G. Let's finish this one off. All right, the title track, Race, ending us off here. Just starting off musically, I thought that the guitar work was obviously a highlight, and especially had that raw type of tone to it. I quite love the distortion at the end there. Just again, gave us a bit of a teaser for what Alex G's further work would employ at certain points, and where he kind of expanded that into the more layered type of guitar sounds and tones that we're used to on something like Rules or Trick or whatnot. This I just thought was raw and fit that kind of first album, first project vibe. And so going lyrically as well, he really is not holding back against this person. He says, "You're a joke, yeah, you're a hoax, and now I found you out because you think the brains in your head are worth breathing the smoke and itchy throats and being happy." He later notes, "I forgot how to play the game. Everyone wants to come along. I don't know where you are." So again, I'm just going to keep harping that theme of loneliness, isolation that has been throughout many of the tracks on this record. Again, makes an appearance on the title tune here, and he again calls this person out. "You're starting to look real weird. Your face is out of place. I can't make you out, and I forget just what you said. Yeah, it's not clear. It was about fear and getting out of here, but you're okay with me." So he kind of switches some of the harshness that he's talking about this person with to just knowing that, okay, he found this person out. There's nothing to be afraid of or really kind of combative of, I guess, of this person, because at the end he says, "Hey, you're okay with me. Tear it down. It's not right," is our final lyric, ladies and gentlemen. And, even if I don't maybe fully understand on first listen, okay, who's he talking about here? You kind of can get the overall message and idea in that guitar work. Brought it all home. And that'll take us now, ladies and gentlemen, to our favorite tracks. I'm going to start with Shane's favorite tunes. And he said his favorites were Remember, The Same, TV, Nah, House, Crab, and the track we just listened to, Race. I'm going to say my favorites were going to be the first two, Remember and The Same. Really started off on a strong note. Nah, I got to give some love to there, just with how strong the 1-2 punch of the lyricism and musicianship was. I thought Crab was really strong. I thought Things to Do, and then the Time Space 1-2 punch was strong as well. And then our final track, Race. So Shane and I had a lot of same thoughts on our favorites, and now that'll take us to overall thoughts and score of this record, man. Especially being a first album. I think it was really cool knowing how his later work was, to see how Alex G started out. Again, that vocals delivery I think was probably the most similar to what we're used to later on, just with that soft delivery. You had a bit more rawness at the guitar at some points. I like the use of the piano and organ. The vibraphone on a couple of different tracks too was a bit unique. Already was messing with some production stuff with the vocal effects on many of these tunes as well. And so though it may be not as a polish as something like Rules is, or DSU, it still has the Alex G fingerprints on it. And the lyricism is strong from the jump, talking a lot of heavy topics here, everything from gender identity to loneliness and abuse and just depression and just isolation. I thought that Alex G really packed a punch on this one, man. So if I had to rank it, it would probably be at the bottom of my Alex G rankings from what I've heard so far. But that's more, I think, a testament to how strong the other records are, and just probably just his strength as a producer as well in those later records. So on this, man, overall score, this was a good record. Glad I listened to it. I'm feeling a 7.25 on this off first listen for me. Glad that Shane suggested this. Shane's actually seen Alex G this month in November, man, so that'll be really tight. I know he's touring again, so if you've seen him on this most recent tour leg, let me know in the comments below how you thought of that, and what do you think of Race as a record. Be sure to let me know your overall thoughts on it and favorite tracks. I enjoyed this one, and hey man, 30 minutes, it flew on by. It was short, sweet, to the point, and it still had a lot to say. So quite enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts, y'all, and if you'd like to have me do a reaction for you, you can check out our Patreon page, which is linked down below. It will also be at the end screen, along with another video that you might enjoy. And check out our other Alex G videos that Shane was so kind to bring to RTTC. But until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and I will see you.